Show you what our analysts can do on one of the category data sets, probably the hardest data set that you sent over. This one is the kind of the provider fraud example. Kind of goes through like an overview of like this data, the goals with the inpatient data, beneficiary data, and an explanation of all the data sets as well as the different reasons that like this could happen. Right, and then like there's all this like there's the training data for beneficiaries, inpatient and outpatient, as well as the test data, as well as the like the actual like criteria that like the results are coming in. And so I've like downloaded all of this in advance of essentially, and I could show you actually the whole motion, right? I download to a zip file. I'll go and I guess you can't see me like uploading the zip file, but I'm going through my downloads, pulling it up, and then going into the chat and essentially uploading the full list of data sets here. Now, if I go back here and I paste in like the provider fraud like instructions, I go through, just kind of load, say like go ahead and do the work. First, it's loaded up all of the data sets, the test inpatient, outpatient, everything, and give me the best actionable insights you can. I'm the head of data at payer insurance network. Please help. If I paste all of that in, all of these data sets have been essentially loaded in, right? And it was to maybe like go over the data sets really briefly. It's like this is like claims data, like various like information about each claim, and then there are other fields related to for each claim, like whether or not like a particular claim is like fraudulent or not. And so you'll see our product kind of kick off here as it's going through, reviewing all the data sets, all of the information that I was able to retrieve, and then all of the like CSVs. It's going to go through and try to like read and analyze like all of the like inputs related to it, and we can really just turn off all of these components, have it like do a lot of the joining in pieces like in the background while we wait for it to figure out what the next steps should be. It's going to do some exploratory analysis to find some patterns. It wrote some code, ran into an error, wrote the incorrect code, found that error, and is like debugging that error. We can just watch it run and see what it's able to return. Here it seems to be doing some like exploratory data analysis to discover patterns and insights related to fraud. It's building out a predictive model on what it can do, and then trying to show like some of the distributions of these relationships to see like what's causing like potential fraud to be flagged. Where it's finding the total like outpatient claim amounts on like the ones that are fraudulent, have like outliers that are a little bit more intense. These are some of the basic ways that it's doing this like high level analysis. It's going to go through and try to build a model, right? It's going to choose the right type of model, go through the motions, and like do like test and train sets on all of these. And every single way along the way, you kind of see it like produce like the precision recall scores and break down like those details of what it's going through. Wrapping up, coming back to me and say like, what are some interesting action items that come out of this? What should we be taking action on that captures the 80-20 of our value, and then show me a visualization to help me understand that. And some of these prompts are pretty basic, and they can really just be put on a loop where you're continuously prompting it to look into these pieces of analysis, and like come back with like more next steps, more action items, more recommendations, more reports, to like until you're essentially mining all of this data out in a fairly creative way. And it was able to do all of this without really like any like high level infrastructure to go through the motions. But yeah, this is what we're able to produce pretty fast.